Hello, you. Welcome to Geekism. Welcome back to Animal Crossing. How are we, folks? It feels like it's forever. It's actually been like 6 days, I think. Maybe a little more since we last streamed Animal Crossing. But yeah, it feels like so long. Hi, so happy it's back. Me too, Ashley. Kelly Faye got my KK slider cons this morning. Awesome, your first one, I guess. That's great. Oh, the game really opens up for you now. We hyped Snickerdoodle. How's it going? Couple of weeks, definitely missed it. Sorry, Kurt. Glad to be back. Hi, Sisu. Thanks for moderating. Hope you're all well. Hi, Hillary. Just let you know, I have watched the Golftopia playthrough on your channel, and you've inspired me buying the game when it comes available. Great job. Love everything you do. Thank you, Dragon Dash. Glad you enjoyed Golftopia. It's really good fun. Really. Like, considering it's very early in development, it's a strong contender for a really solid tycoon game, I think. It's Jonty Bell. Jonty Bell's back for a minute while we say hello. I'm very happy these are back. Thank you, Sydney. Noga, Jonty Bell, hi. Hi, Joe Valley. Hi, John T. Missed you. Hello. Hi, Alex. How are we all doing? I hope you're all well. I'm actually on time today. Awesome, Joe. Welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're all good. Yeah, so live streams should be every day again now. I can't see why not. We'll keep an eye on them, make sure they're doing okay. We are going to be sort of splicing in a few other games as part of the live stream rotation now. Now that Animal Crossing's just died down a bit, you know, there's not necessarily enough to do every single day to warrant like 2 hours in the game for me personally. But Summer at Mara is out now. Really enjoying that for this week or two. I think we'll play that for a little while. Let's maybe do one day Animal Crossing, one day Summer at Mara for now, and we'll see how we get on. Missed you all. I know, hey. I'm going to say the time. Oh, awesome, Lulani. That's great. Hello, Jonty mods and viewers. Hello to everybody. Took a vacation day today. Oh, hi, Hillary. Enjoy your vacation day. Nice to have you on while I'm playing. Awesome. Right, let's jump in, shall we? Good morning, everyone. Right now on Iso Island, it's 9:30 on Tuesday the 16th. That's not right. What? That's not right. A time at all. There really isn't any news to speak of today. Hey, did anyone else watch that variety show on TV yesterday? A comedian they had and it was fantastic. I was for an hour straight. Oh dear. There we go again, prattling on about personal TV habits. With that, I'll get back to work. So, what? It's not. It said it was Tuesday at 9:30. What's that all about? Just downloaded and started playing some Mara. Oh, have fun. Oh my god, it's miserable weather. Look. Let's have a look at the time. 9:30 AM, June 16th. What? System settings. System. Ooh. No, where is it? It's on the system, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Date and time. Oh. How weird is that? Yeah. Okay, well, let's restart. So let's hopefully get rid of this rain. Oh, no, I don't want to take a capture. Yeah? Ah, Sydney Larson, thank you so much for the support. Let's some hello yous in the chat. Welcome, Sydney. Oh, we're Butterfly. Have you come for your 3 digs? Uh-huh. Not 5 digs, no way. Come here.
Ow!
What's up?
I hurt.
What did I hurt?
There.
Is it better? Oh. Is that better?
No, here.
Here, where?
There.
Point.
There.
Point. Mwah. How's that?
Here.
Oh, alright, well, you'll live. I'm sure. You can say hi to everyone.
Hi.
Don't hit that, please. That makes everyone's ears go. Oh, finally able to become a member. I love this community. Thank you so much, Cindy. I really appreciate the support. You can do 3 digs in a minute, but just for some reason the game's not on the right time. 3 dig, here come the 3 dig emojis, look. Not 5 digs, don't be sticking 5 digs. No way. Lots have happened in the past week. My sister got the game, so now I can annoy her about her tea prices every day. Plus I got Tia, and when I first saw her I actually felt lightheaded with happiness. Tia's awesome, she's a little teapot elephant, right? Don't tap that, please. Go stand up here. So we can see. We're just waiting for the game to load, okay? Listen to the demands of the people, John T. I will not. I've told you this. This isn't a... What is it?
Dig.
Can you see a dig thing already? Oh yeah, there's one. Look. Oh, that's where we're headed, eh? Mm-hmm.
I did that.
That's like a live shot. It just follows a character. Yeah. Joseph, don't be ridiculous. What? Oh yeah, you can see it on that screen as well.
We were there about chopping trees down there.
Oh, chopping trees. Yeah, we only chopped trees yesterday for one day. Come on, Isabel. Nothing again, I bet. No news again. Guess so. Never got anything to say, has she?
What?
Never saying anything. Say, shut up, Isabel.
The bell.
Okay, shut up, Isabel. Right, hold on then. He's speaking. He's getting so much more clear. It's crazy watching him grow just over the street. Yeah, his speaking's coming on a lot, quite quickly actually. Yeah, we're having a new go at something every day. What are you on about? Hold on, we've got to go find some digging spots. Oh, Gulliver's here today. We haven't had him for a while. Huh? Let me just tip this down for you. Huh? Oh, you do it? Oh, go on then. We'll do some digs when you get back, okay? Sorry, it took too long starting the game up. Needs to go pee. Alex! Thank you so much for the continued support. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's because of hello using the chat. So that does that every month then? I'm a member again. I thought, yeah, I was going to say, that's weird. That you're not. But welcome. Appreciate it. Welcome back, I guess I should say. Okay, what we got here? A bamboo shell. I know it. Of course, Gulliver is passed out by a bottle of tea. Oh yeah, I should have got a shot of that, shouldn't I? It probably looked like he was drunk. Ah, I really should have got a shot of that. Never mind. Here's Pietro. Hi, Pietro. I haven't spoken to anyone for like a week, by the way. Been a while since we crossed paths. Sure has, buddy. Starting to wonder were you a non-disclosure agreement. I'm under about 6 at the minute, I think. About your life. I'm a YouTuber, mate. I'm always under NDA. Oh, there's one. I'm gonna try and find the 3, so I can know where to take it. Up, 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 up. You're back. Let's tip this down for you then. Here we go. Ready?
Oh, spider in there.
Oh, ew.
Big spider.
There's a spider in there. Where?
See. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's a ball.
okay.
Now that.
We've got to do debit card. Ah, I see. So normally it would just carry over. That sounds good. How am I feeling? Not so bad, Meg. A little sore, but much better. A shiny? Hold on there. Let's get our shovel.
What's in the shine, then?
Buster.
Ah,
Boostness.
what is it?
Buster.
Is it?
It's what?
No.
What's it say it was? There's
Money.
money.
Right.
Okay. What else?
Look! There!
Yeah, I could take a screenshot of the video, couldn't I? Oh, press the wrong button.
Buster.
That's all.
Another one.
One more, okay. Xander Spider sounds a bit too much like Biden. Oh no, he was saying Biden. Yeah, he's a Democrat, aren't you? One more.
What were you looking for, Xander?
One Buster.
One more bottle.
Did you say hi to the pussycat?
Oh, Dad,
Take it you're done. Give me the silent treatment. Sorry, Anka. What was I supposed to think, my dear? See you running about the island. No, you don't see me running about the island. Not a word of hello. You know, it's okay to drive by and say hi without any particular reason. I'm always happy to chat with you. Sorry, Anka. I felt bad there. Where are we heading?
Tiny.
No.
There!
There we go. Last one.
Buster again!
There's Fossil again. Good job, Zand. Give him a high five. Good job. Are you going to say bye, everybody?
Bye, Watty.
How about blowing kisses? Oh, that was a big one, wasn't it? And you're gonna have a nice little sleep, okay?
Come on then.
No, no,
excuse-
no. Nap time, kid.
No. Oh, yeah.
That's so clear now. It's got so much the weeks I missed. And it's crazy, right? How quick they come on.
No, you wouldn't have to ride it. You should have got to the
Okay, let's get the camera back to where it should be. There we go. Every time I see a fossil now, I call it Doppel. Yeah, me too. And it's kind of annoying that he stopped saying it. Because now it just sounds weird that I'm saying Doppel. Oh, right. Oh, who have we got today then? Oh, yes, it was Gulliver, wasn't it? Okay. Well, I guess we'll go and do Gulliver because we haven't for such a long time. Not the wine of the gift. I know. Wasn't it a big kiss blow that you all got? You should all feel very lucky. Says hi, Xander. He likes watching to look for star snails, as he called them. That's good. Says more rugged. Come on, kiddo, get up. IndieCam. No, IndieCam has had to be retired momentarily because Nicola's computer set up, and Nicola's currently doing an online French course to brush up on some intermediary French, and it's like a Zoom meeting and she needs a webcam. So my spare webcam is currently on her PC so she can do her French Zoomies, I'm afraid. You're just saying Doppel, now he says puzzle. I know, right? That's the problem. I'm just saying Doppel. I probably thought he pulled out a gun for a second. I don't know why. I said the split second I thought he pulled out a gun. Okay. It could take a while. It could. Oh, yes. Really? I haven't gotten a reception this sweet and bubbly since I washed up on the old Coral Cola. What? Okay. Sure, my crewmates are looking for me, so I better stay here and watch for the boats. Alright, Gulliver, let's see what we can do, eh? Okay, let's see what we can do. Boom, straight in. No? Yes, straight in. Boom, we're off. Haha! Well, your beachfront looks foul. Haven't managed to watch for a while. Yeah, really happy how it's turned out. I think there's maybe a little tweak there needed. We need to have a redo of the cushions, which I'm going to maybe do today. We'll get these things done first. There was one. No, missed it. Next one. So yeah, slightly late start today. I was aiming for a 1 o'clock start. But there was an Evil Genius live stream at 1, like a dev diary. And God, I'm so excited for that game. So I recorded it and I've made notes. So there'll be a video later on all the new Evil Genius news. Oh man, I know. Do you know what? I realised that probably a lot of you aren't particularly invested in Evil Genius because it was a small title when it originally came out. It gained a bit of a cult following, but and also if you're not necessarily into sort of that sort of management style gameplay anyway. But man, it's so incredible. So Johnny, what have you added while not recording? Nothing. I only play this, pretty much exclusively play this game while streaming, I'm afraid. So I haven't played for about a week. I pretty much only play game. Merengue, don't do it to me. Oh. My island is complete. Your island's never complete, do they? Surely. I'm excited for Genius. The new one looks amazing. It really does, Troy. Really does. Come on then. What are we doing about Merengue? Are we letting her go? Are we gonna have another go for Fauna? Get her out! I watched this episode the other day. Didn't really have much interest in it before the video, but it looks really good. It really does. It's going to be a really good, fun game. She stays. Keep her. Oh my. She's ugly. She's not ugly. She's adorable. She's favourite. But, like, we haven't built an area for her. She goes, nowhere. Jessica, like, rather threatening. See what happens when you ignore a nice rhino like Merengue. I know, right? No room to even spawn a tree. Oh, really? Keep her. She's so cute. Don't think she really fits the island. No, I don't think she really fits the island. I think we aim for fauna. Go for fauna. She stays. Jessica is insistent, but everyone else is like, yeah. I feel like Merengue is on every island there. Fauna would be way better. Hunting for fauna. I love it. I love her, but she does. But does she fit on your island? No, she doesn't. Please keep her. I'm biased because I have her, so keep her. I love her. I do love her. I think she looks great, but she doesn't really fit, and we've never done anything with her house, and that tells me that I've never been that invested in her. Okay. Who would you want instead, fauna? Maybe it's time. Thanks for giving me the gentle push I needed, John T. It'll make me sad to move away from you, but I'll be taking a step forward in a new direction. Now, what we could have done is jump back and forth because we've got that ridiculous duck thing that we need to get rid of. Oh, I thought that was going to be a Nook Miles thing for like kicking people out then. It's going to hit me with a strawberry horn. That doesn't sound like a euphemism, I don't know what does. I do enjoy the hunts. Yeah, see me too. I do enjoy a hunt. But we still have that duck thing to get rid of. But then we could always bring, we still got bow. We could still bring bow in. We still have the emoji for bow. The bomoji. Ridiculous duck. Karen Duck. Who is it? Duck Karen. Karen Cuddle Duck. Sorry, Jessica. You were pretty much outvoted there, I'm afraid. The can has been kicked. Precisely. The strawberry can has been kicked. What's the duck called? Karen Cuddle Duck. Her name is. Have a stream this week to hunt. Yes, so when will it be? She'll be in boxes tomorrow. Oh, that'll be perfect then. She'll be in boxes tomorrow, and then it'll be empty the next day. So our next stream can be a hunting stream. So bow and fauna. Well, we'll aim for fauna next stream, and then we'll see how we get on. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was Sherb models. For those of you who maybe don't necessarily follow me on social media, which if you don't, why not? The hell not? But yeah, if you don't, that's fine. So we've been working on. I feel like we should be keeping these for Nicola because she's going to want to start doing a July fish soon. What have we got we can swap it with? Now, at least you're not driving for Peninsula. Yeah, emoji. Did I say emoji? Sorry, amiibo. The Bomiibo we're looking for. A screaming Peninsula. Like, it happens all the time to me that, you know, like a word I know full well, just completely forget it. Someday I might get Merengue, but unfortunately that won't be for another 2 weeks or so, since I don't TT. So why 2 weeks though? Is that when the next person's moving out? I want to sell some stuff, boys. How's 3D printing? Sorry, yes, 3D printing. So, Sherb, we're working on Sherb. I've started modelling Sherb. He's not ready to show yet, but I've started working on him in Blender. I'm using a combination of Blender and ZBrush for my stuff. Blender, I think, is more suitable for this style of character because they're quite sort of, you know, sort of set and, you know, there's not like details so much. And he's coming on nicely. The actual 3D printing process was off to a rocky start. But I'm kind of down with it now. The problem is I bought a bottle of resin and I've basically used up the bottle of resin learning the process and having lots of failed attempts of prints. So I now need to wait until we've got a bit of cash for some more resin, because it's not cheap stuff, and we've just moved and money's a little tight, and the money we raised for the 3D printer bought the 3D printer, but I didn't quite realize how many other sort of ancillary sort of proliferary bits you need, like your UV. You need to be able to UV cure them and stuff, and you need to be able to clean them in alcohol solution, and then obviously all the paints and primers and all those little bits. And so yeah, I reckon if the machine itself was about $360, I probably think if you're considering getting into resin 3D printing, take whatever price the machine costs and double it, and that's probably how much you'll need to spend on getting it up and running. But saying that, actually, that's not quite true, because there's a good chance, if you are crafty anyway, or if you're the sort of person who already has a hobby shop, you're the sort of person who already has some tools, paintbrushes, all that kind of thing, you may well have a lot of the stuff you already need. I'm not in any way crafty. As much as I love it, it isn't something I've ever really been particularly interested in, and it's certainly not sort of the thing I've been... Okay, sorry, just give me 1 second, folks. I'll be right back. Okay, give me 1 sec. Sorry about that, folks. Kid stuck his finger in his nose and gave himself a nosebleed, but Jesus Christ, there was blood everywhere. It was really scary. Like, it looked like something I'd carry. But he's fine, he's just stuck a fingernail up there and nicked his nose. Idiot. So, Nicola just cleaned him up while I stripped his bed and changed that. Oh, toddlers, eh? You'd have them. Right, what were we on about? Sorry. What were we talking about? Yes, 3D printing. So, anyway, we're up and running now, but I've pretty much gone through a bottle of resin, unfortunately, so I need to get some more resin. I've asked for some for Father's Day. Nicola was like, do you want something for Father's Day? I was like, yes, I want a bottle of resin so I can use this printer, because I've pretty much ran out. Saying that, I decided to start with a Groot model, because it's quite a common one to go first. To do first, it's simple to print, although it took me like 4 goes to get it right. Because I would like to get better at painting as well. I've never really painted models before. I never even was one of those kids that had like Airfix as a kid or anything. So I've been and got a few paints and stuff. And the good thing about Groot is that it's pretty much just wood. So I can get away with just like a couple of browns and a bit of green, which I've got, and some cheap paintbrushes, because I'm not really wanting to invest loads of cash on this before it turns out I'm able to do it. So here was Groot number 1. Just a tiny one. He was okay, but he was like over supported. So there's, I don't know whether they'll show up on this camera, but there's loads of little pock marks all over his back there where the supports were removed, and also he lost a few fingers in the process as well. So you see one's missing there and 2 off there. So it was a nice start. The face itself is really great. And like the fronts, but yeah, loose figures. So I've kept him. I'm going to paint him to kind of just practice the process of painting him. After him, because basically you get the size you get to print from is about that big. That's like the build plate, right? So I basically sat him there like that and printed him, and then thought afterwards, I was like, well, if I move him that way, I could blow him up a bit and he wouldn't have any problem with it. And then I found out the model actually comes in 2 parts, the body and the head, so you can get him even bigger then. So grew them up big, did the head perfect. Body took me 4 goes to get it right because the supports kept failing and it was coming off like this with like little funny hands. But now I've got this Groot that is primed with black prime, so it's still in that grey resin, but then he's primed in black primer. So there we go. Look at that. How good's that? And my next step is to paint him. So hopefully tonight I'm gonna have a go at starting to paint him with like wood, and then you use like a real dry brush to get some details on the edges of the wood and stuff. But yeah, I'm really happy with how that's turned out. Unfortunately, like I say, that was like 4 goes to get that, and then I also have that small Groot as well, and then I also have these 2 things, which is like a calibration test print that you do when you first get the machine. These little like rook figures with like DNA strands and stairs in the middle of them, which is kind of incredible, really. And the idea of this is designed so that it does everything. It shows you sort of all the things that the thing might struggle with. So there's little holes, like internal overhangs, external overhangs, detail. There's actually some text on the rims there and on the bottom. I don't know whether you can really see. There, look, Mars. So it's like you get a regular printer and it prints out those coloured stripy lines, you know. This is like the 3D equivalent of that. There's a few different types. One of them's like a little boat, one of them's a little cityscape, one of them's this thing. I'm trying to think what the other one is. What's the Anycube Photon one that a lot of people do? I forget. Anyway. Yeah, so the problem is going through all that, I've kind of figured out the machine now and I know what I need to do and what it's capable of. Dry brushing is great. Yeah, exactly. So I've got some cheap brushes and some paint to do that. But it is a learning curve and I'm enjoying it. The way you have to think about 3D printing apparently is that it's not an ends to a means, it's a hobby, right? If you genuinely just like, I need this figure, which is kind of how I was thinking about it originally, like, oh yeah, I'll just design sherbs and print sherbs. It doesn't really work like that. Your mindset has to be that you enjoy the process. You know. You go through a lot of resin. Doubling the price of the printer is probably a good way to do it. Yeah, basically that's the way to start up with. Yeah, whatever the price of the printer was, I think double that for all the other stuff you need. And I'm still not there really. I would like a little jewelry cleaning thing to clean the resin off them properly, because at the moment I'm just using like a tub and an old toothbrush, and I am still getting little resin deposits in some of the finer details, which obviously isn't ideal. So. Like an ultrasonic cleaner would be a good thing, but again, you know, it all costs money, and this isn't really making me any money, so I have to kind of remember that. Anyway, shall we move on? Right, I want to sell. Let's clear our bags out a little. Yeah, sorry, that took a while because I had to go and clean up my son's blood. It's not as bad as it sounds. Okay, plants can all go. That bit of twig can go. Tiger butterfly. I'm not even going to bother keeping stuff now. You can sell them, can't you? So we've still got these cushions. We do need those or something. Okay, confirm. Hey, all how's things? Hi, Moosocks. How's it going? What about that Twitter tease? It wasn't really a tease of a video camera, and it was just the fact that I've gone back into Planet Coaster. But honestly, since that picture, like that was after about 2 hours working there, and I've gone in since and done like another hour or two here and there, but nothing substantial for a video, unfortunately. I'm really struggling to find a groove with those games now. I can see the 3D printers like toddlers. As soon as you think you've got it figured out, all of a sudden they go off the rail and come up with brand new problems. Sounds good. Sounds good. The one thing I will say about the resin printers, it does seem a little bit more that once you get them sort of tuned, there's definitely less like moving parts, so to speak. You basically got the thing that goes up and down. You've got the screen and you've got the UV light, and that's pretty much all that's to it, you know. Or like, and like the FDM tray as well, I suppose, or the FEM tray, I suppose. But definitely less with all, like, you know, with the FDM printer, you've got all the extruders and, you know, all these different cogs and stuff. So I do think, as far as that's concerned, resin's a little easier. But then obviously you've got a lot more pre and post work cleanup and stuff. Hope Xander's okay. Oh, he's fine. He's had a nosebleed. Moosocks, yeah. He just picked his nose until he bled, and the blood went everywhere. And he'd gone for a nap. Nicola shut the door. He's opened the door, covered in blood, and just walked up to her and gone, "I'm okay." Toddlers can be so scary when they want to. We've got the 5 parts. That's good. Hi, I have Pango and don't water. Do you water? Just tell me, and I can give you the dodo code. No, Bear. We don't work like that here, Bear. Sorry. This isn't. This stream is not your classified ads. Oh no, he's on the next bit of beach, wasn't he? Yeah. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey, did you find him? Got him right here. The other thing about the 3D printing is that I'm filming it for the most part, and I'm trying to vlog it. I really like doing like quite a high level of edits occasionally, and with Let's Plays, it's not something you can really do, I don't think, unless you want to sort of edit. You can do those crazy edits that people do, where it's like you zooms in on your face and all that. I don't really like that. But I do quite enjoy editing and finding music that goes with clips and stuff. So I thought maybe. I think I need you to get off that, Pietro. Yeah. Yeah, I need to get off that. 3 nose digs is fine. He's already got for 5 nose digs. Exactly, he was doing a nose dig. No pain, that's Ace. No pain. No, his is I'm okay. He gets it off Marshall from Paw Patrol. Says it all the time. I'm okay. Pietro, can you 0121, mate? Did Gulliver give you anything? He sent something in the post tomorrow. So we'll get something off the post. Pietro, I swear to God. Is he the only source of wonders of the world? As far as I'm aware, Emily, yes, he's the spot. He's the bloke who gives you those, yeah. hell would I want it over there? Right. While you were dealing with the nosebleed, my puppy decided to poop all over the carpet. Hooray! One dig can be enough. You just have to make it a good one. Come on, that's it. That's it. Oh, what have you got out now? Your phone? Pietro, get off the chair. Pietro, I hate you. Right, well, we'll go and do what we're doing with them. Oh, we've got. Oh yeah, we've got to finish the farm as well. Oh, I don't like all of that now. I've gone right off that. Let's have a look at redoing that. No. Let's bring out the net. I don't think he moves though. My lad lost a tooth. Put money under his pillow. Never found the tooth. So months later, when he got an ear infection, it was stuck in his ear. Oh my god, man. Kids just insane. I swear they always sit down in the most awkward spots. Yep, catching up, almost done. You already follow Maker's Muse and others, so they cover a lot of how to do cleaning and such, IKEA containers and whatnot. Yeah, RC Maniac, I'll be honest with you, buddy. If there's a video on YouTube about it, I've watched it. Like, that I get so into new hobbies, it's ridiculous. I've watched pretty much... I mean, Maker's Muse has got a lot of videos, but Maker's Muse... I've also been watching a hell of a lot of, like, miniature-focused channels, you know, like D&D or Warhammer miniatures. Not that I'm particularly interested in those. I'd certainly aren't interested in the games, but I'd love seeing the miniatures get painted or build... Or, like, crafty furniture, you know, like where they make little furnitures and terrain pieces and stuff, because I think a lot of that is going to be useful for the sort of work I want to do with it, but... yeah, I've watched so much. All the 3D printing ones, 3D Printing Pro, 3D Printed Tabletop, Maker's Muse, just as many as I can think of. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of Maker's Muse. He comes across really smarmy. Like, I don't know why. Like, look, he just comes across as like proper smug. But he's one of the bigger channels, so he gets a lot of all the the stuff to review and stuff. But I watched one video where he was comparing. Like Games Workshop miniatures with resin printed 3D miniatures, and he picked the worst possible, like the low poly crap print to do for a resin printer. And really, it's not the Australian accent at all. No, I love the Australian accent. Like I love Miniac. There's a channel called Miniac, is like Miniature Maniac, and he's Australian. He's awesome and hilarious and does really, really high level edited videos. Yeah, it's just as Maker's Muse. He's always got this face. You know, I'm sure he's a lovely guy. Something just rubs me up the wrong way. Very new to IC, so I'm still learning stuff. Don't worry, Kelly will be here and happy to help you out. I'm sure the chat will definitely fill. I build miniature houses usually. Do over winter months, but done a few in the lockdown. I bet you, yeah, that's sort of the great when you're locked in. That sort of stuff's perfect, right? But I've got loads of ideas I want to do with the 3D printer. I've run out of resin. Of course, an ocean sunfish while I was watching people catch rare fishes. Oh, nice, Jace. Good going. I like the name Jace. Who else do I know called Jace? Oh, the community manager for Satisfactory. He's called Chase. Once woke up with a major nosebleed and a bloody pillow. Major nosebleed. But yeah, it happens, right? Sometimes the pressure can just build up in your head. Okay. So Zen cushion. So cushions need to be white. Yes. Moose the Mouse Villager. Yes, Maker's Muse looks like Moose the Mouse Villager. That's so awful. He seems like such a nice guy. I just can't quite get on with him. He's one of the few who works in the industry. Tom's 3D is a bit more smug. I don't know whether I probably know Tom's 3D as well. Continue customizing. White. Yeah. Just going to be talking about this way too much. I've always enjoyed John C, but your stream has intersected with something I spend a lot of time with. Yeah, well, Tom is new to it as well. Tom has just got an Ender 3, and he's just started on the 3D printing road. So yeah, so I'm sure he'll happily chat. He went for an Ender 3 Pro, I think, right? I still want an FDM printer because I still think they have their uses. But I felt that Resin was best to start with because the main focus of so far is doing sherbs. My sister daughter gets nosebleed all the time. She got so used to it. Other people freak out. It just happens. Just grabs a couple of tissues. I was a nosebleedy kid. I haven't had them so much since I got older, but I used to. Yeah, I haven't had them in the last few years, but God, I used to get nosebleeds all the time. You'd just be sitting there watching TV, and you'd feel like a drip onto your lip, and you'd be like, "Oh God." Love the Ender 3 running behind me right now. Oh, awesome! There you go. Yeah. To be fair, if I was gonna get a if I was going to get an FDM printer, it's probably the one I would go for. It seems to be a solid, like, bang for your buck choice, you know. Do you want a spoon in the mouse? Does it not flop over? My test. Best chocolate mousse like my grandpa made. Oh yeah, you put the spoon in, it stays stood up, then you know it's good mousse, right? Resin Stream wants that. No, probably not. No, you're right. But I can as well because it's my new thing at the minute. It's my new hotness, so I get it. I don't know which of these we've got, so we'll just have to kind of deal with some of them repeating, maybe. I think we could have one of them as gold. Still got loads of nosebleeds, especially during hay fever season. I'm 26. Mine were often pressure related, and I get really bad headaches with huge pressure changes. Like, I'm not looking forward to. I think it's Thursday this week. We're due a storm, and like the few hours before a storm, my head just goes like honestly, it feels like my brain doubles in size, but not like in a really intelligent way. Just in a I'm going to squeeze out your ear holes way. And then as soon as the rain starts coming down, my head just goes. Maybe we'll see 3D printed Geekism logos. Yeah, so Nicola was talking to me the other day, and she said that she wanted for Father's Day. She was looking to get like a plaque done for the door because I've got an office now, which I haven't had for years. So she wanted to say wanted to celebrate that by having a plaque that was like Geekism HQ, you know, like Geekism on air or something like that. And she was like, "But like you've got that machine now, so like if I bought one, it would be done on one of those machines, right?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, probably." So I said, "Well, I tell you what, then just buy me the resin, and I'll make my own. Like that could be my Father's Day present: the ability to make a Geekism sign, which I think would be pretty cool." Ender 3 is good. That they're coming out with version 2 soon enough. At least they're working on it for a live stream. Yeah, it's gonna have like a better heated bed or something, or like a different material bed or something. The only place I can get moves like that is the Chocolate Emporium at City Walk at Universal. Still can't find a place like bread pudding at like my grandmother's. That's awesome. I love that Chocolate Emporium. It's like all steampunky. Is that the one, Kelly, at Universal? It's all done up steampunky. Oh, it's an incredible place. Yeah. I'm the same. $50 for a bottle of resin is pricey. Yeah. The thing is, like, I think with the resin, you're doing little miniatures and little models, you know. And also the other thing is, this is solid and it's pretty heavy. So I really think probably that the focus is to hollow these as well and save resin on the hollow. You know. Pressure change gives me migraines and often with nosebleeds too. Yeah, I'm exactly the same, Hillary. It's really rough. I get really bad head with major pressure changes. It's always like the big case for me is just before a storm. It gets really bad. Yeah. I suffer with sad. It's pain above. This is seasonal. What is it again? Sad. Oh no! Don't print resin solid. It's a massive waste of resin. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know this. It's a learning process, right? I'm learning. So as soon as I printed that Groose, I found videos about hollowing models out, and I was like, oh, oh. How many figures do you get with a bottle of resin? It depends on the size of the figure. Like, I reckon I'd probably get about 4 at a half-litre bottle, which is about $30. So, do you know what? This is the thing you see. The software you use lets you put in the price of your bottle of resin, right? And then it tells you how much these cost. So, I think this cost about $8 to print, which is a lot. Seasonal affective disorder. Thank you. I couldn't think of what the A was, Hannah. That's a lot for something like that, really. How much does the resin bottle cost? So let's have a look. The other big thing at the minute is it depends what's in stock. I mean, the whole world isn't able to make what it wants to right now. Like, I can't buy half the stuff I want to buy. Like, I need some nitrile gloves, and what chance have you got of buying disposable gloves right now, right? So I've been just using the Elegoo resin because that's kind of standard. So Elegoo resin, ABS like resin. So here's the thing, right? For a 500 milliliter bottle, which is what I bought originally, is $28.99 Canadian, right? That doesn't seem that bad. For some reason, a litre bottle of that stuff is unavailable, I guess. So look, 1 litre. 500 grams there. A litre bottle is $90 sold by some rando. So yeah, so it's going to be that one, isn't it? So 500 milliliters. So I'll probably just buy a couple of those instead. So it's the blue's no cheaper. Sometimes some of the clearer ones are cheaper, but I think they're more tricky to work in. But there you go, look, that clear red one there. Sorry, I know you can't see any of this, but the clear red 500 gram is $60. And this is sold from Elegoo as well. Like, the grey is pretty standard, I suppose. So a 500 gram bottle, which would do about 7 sherbs, I hope, is $28.99. Free shipping if you buy 2 of them. So that's what I'm going to ask for Father's Day, is 2 bottles of that, so I can carry on. Hollow would probably be best. Those being solid are massive. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Use a lamp while I... Yeah, so I had a friend of mine who suffered from SAD, and they had like a UV lamp. Printed waving Groot in my bamboo filament for about 45 cents. Smells like wood. I love that wood filament. It looks fantastic. Yeah, it looks like... It's like... you can't print in bamboo. It's kind of like MDF, I guess. It's like a powder... Like a... They powder it all down and then glue it together, so it's still got a bit of movement in it on the reel. But yeah, it's interesting stuff. Yeah, wood resin, wood filament. Sorry, not wood resin. I've had those migraines all the time. They worse when the pollen appears. I luckily don't suffer from anything like... Oh, that's a summer shell. I got that. Luckily don't suffer from anything like hay fever. Or I at least haven't yet. Sad lights are super helpful. Yeah, it's not something I don't think... I don't know, maybe I do. Maybe I do suffer from it. I'm not very good when it's dark, like in the mornings, but I think that's just laziness, I think, you know? I don't think I actually really suffer from more depression than usual because of it. I don't know. Right, so we have a gold one, which will have to go somewhere else, because there's a gold one just above us there. So let's put down, and we can now grab that as well. So the idea with these, by the way, is we really liked it when they were stacked up, and I know they're actually going to make them like not sit onable. Okay, but they just go. They also have energy during the winter time. It's dark in the mornings. Yeah, that's probably where one would be good for me, because I really struggle to wake up when it's dark. I like at the minute when it's getting light at like 6 in the morning, I'm diving out of bed. But man, I suffer. in the winter from that. My friend has a sun lamp that makes a sun. Not sure how else to describe it. Yeah, so we had one of those. I don't remember what happened to it. We had one of those. It was like a lamp that sat by Nicola's side of the bed, and it's like so slowly warmed, like slowly, you know. Yeah. Sorry, what are we doing about milliliters? 500 milliliters to 1 litre. The science teacher in me wants to do the math, but I realise you live in Canada and probably can do the math faster than me. Yeah, it's double. So 500 milliliters. 1 litre is 1,000 milliliters. So it's a bottle. Yeah, I'll show you. Okay, so here's a 500 ml bottle of Elegoo Grey. So this is $30, and then a litre bottle, so double this, is $90. Now obviously that's not the correct price, that's due to supply and demand inflation, you know. A Lumi lamp, yeah, that's what we had. We had a Lumi lamp. It was pricey. I don't know why we didn't have it anymore. Nicola used it for ages, and then I can't remember why she doesn't still have it. Maybe because we moved. Maybe we didn't think it'd work in Canada or something. You know, with the voltage change. I don't know. Yeah, I think this looks great with the colour underneath and then just a white one on top. I think that looks really good. Is that it? Ah. So we need to order 3 cushions and make that one white, and then we're done with that. That's good. And it's saying storm passed through the East Midlands, a lot of hail and thunder. Front garden's flooded a bit. Yeah, so I spoke to my family yesterday, and they said they had like a crazy storm yesterday. They're West Midlands, but yeah. Well, we have an app now for this. I always forget we don't have to go there anymore, do we? Okay, so cushion. Cushion! It is literally called cushion. Isn't that weird? It doesn't class as housewares. Hi, Sea Monkey. Place order. So we need 3 of them. I think we need to replace the ones around the go board in the house as well. So I'm going to get 5. And then we'll go and change the colour of that last one. We had a storm yesterday and a storm and another one today, yeah. $90, my eyes are watering. I know, right? That's the thing. But like I say, it's more of a supply and demand issue right now because you know the whole world's on its arse still, isn't it? Really, I know a lot of people assume we're done with the pandemic, but you know it's certainly not done with us. So. Been able to sell my phone box on Nookazon for about 2 to 5 Nookmar tickets sometimes, and somebody just offered me 20. I'm in shock. 20 for one item. People are going to burn, right? But we'll take it, hey? Hello, you. Hi, Neve. Thanks. Nice to be back. I haven't really gone too far. Like, we've been doing videos and the occasional live stream and stuff, but it's nice to get back regular, you know? Yeah, nice to get back regular. Storm yesterday had me stressing. I could hear next door's kids in the garden loving it. Proper wet wipe. I love that phrase. That's awesome, a wet wipe. I'm a proper wet wipe here. Oh no, I love a good storm. I can't wait till like as soon as my head starts clearing, I really get into it. I haven't got my phone on me. Oh, I haven't got my phone on me. That's a worry. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to find where my mobile is. Sorry about that. Found it. Hey, does anyone know how bad super glue fumes are for you? It's urgent. I mean, I wouldn't huff it, but you'd be alright. But, I mean, everyone is going on about how bad resin printing is, and I have it set up. I mean, it's going to move downstairs. I've got a bit more room for it, but I've had it set up in the office, and like I don't think I'd sit here while it was running, but I haven't found it to be that bad, really. Like, maybe I'm just not that susceptible to it, but hey, Luce, I once had a lightning strike tree outside my house. It was scary. It was the loudest noise I've ever heard. My ears were ringing. Oh god, I bet. I mean, it's kind of awesome, but like, I hope you're safe as well. Let's customize. Right. So yeah, what we're saying about the pandemic? Yeah, it's just second wave's on its way, isn't it? Really? Well, the first wave never really ended in some places. So this one needs to be white. Yeah. I was activated with the National Guard to assist with protests. Our favourite joke was COVID's cancelled because it seems like everyone had forgotten about it. So I'm expecting a second spike. Yeah, like I say, I don't think particularly the first wave ever ended in the US. Really, we're doing pretty well here. There's some sort of hot spots in Canada, as you probably imagine. Places like Toronto aren't doing so hot. But overall, I think they're doing okay. And although we have started to reopen a little bit, they're doing it relatively slowly and and as best they can, I think, really. But the thing is, we're at the point now. This the way I see it. Hi, Andrew. I have panics and turn everything off. I don't like it in the dark. My great grandma used to like wrap the cutlery up in tea towels and stuff whenever it thundered. First wave is still happening in the US. We've plateaued, not gone down. Yeah, exactly, plateaued. Yeah, but we're at the point now in Canada, at least, where it would be beneficial to still stay under a strict lockdown for a little longer, but at some point, the detriments of staying locked down become more prevalent than the positives, if that makes sense. Now, of course, I'm not underplaying COVID at all, and I understand that it is killing people, and I'm fed up with it now. Yeah, like we're not allowed to be fed up. Like, that's not how this works. Like, I understand it's a problem, but there must be problems now with like routine health checks not being done, and therefore things, cancers going under the radar and stuff. Like my hernia, for instance. Like I went to the emergency room about it, and they said, yeah, you've got a little hernia. We can't really do much about it now, and we'll pass your information on to your family doctor. I've had an email off my family doctor saying, yeah, you've got a hernia, should probably be operated on, but they ain't doing them now. So you know what I mean? So like, I mean, it's not a major problem. I'm in a little bit of pain. I'm just taking lots of pain relief and making sure I'm not doing any heavy lifting. Luckily my work is me sat on my arse playing video games. That's not a problem. But there must be so many people who aren't getting treatments, who aren't getting checks that should be, and then that's not even accounting for any of the sort of mental health issues that these lockdowns are causing, and any of that isn't accounting for all the sort of social economic issues as well. People need to work, people need to pay money, and as horrible as it sounds, like people need to earn money, people need to pay people. How mortgages need to be paid. It's not as simple as saying, oh, let's stick everything on hold for a bit. Landlords have to get paid. I know landlords don't get a very good rep, but at the end of the day, we live here. We need to pay somebody for us living here. So that's the problem. At some point, you have to kind of say, well, yeah, we shouldn't really open up, but we have to. So all we can do is socially distance as best as we can. Non-COVID charities are suffering. You know, there's hundreds of things that's going to be causing a problem, you know? And that's not to downplay COVID at all in the slightest. But at some point, we have to say, okay, we need to sort of slowly manage this. Those things are far more important than shops being open. Yes, but what you're misunderstanding the idea that shops only open so we can buy crap. Shops open so that people who work in shops can pay their bills. You know? Well, they said they weren't doing surgeries like that at the moment. Well, it's small enough that they're not keeping me in the hospital until they're allowed to, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's small enough that they're like, listen, just keep pain relief and keep yourself some jumping around or whatever, you know. But yeah, like we see this thing of like, oh, you know, people queuing up in Primark. I'm desperate for clothes. Like I have no clothes that fit me because I put on about a stone in pandemic. I've got hardly any shorts. I've got like 2 pairs of shorts that fit me, and it's 30 degrees outside. I'm having to go out wearing jeans because I haven't got shorts that are clean. So I totally understand people queuing up outside Primark. Like, there are probably people who are like, I just need to get out of the house and I want to go shopping, and you know, those people are morons. But I don't think we can tar everyone with the same brush, and we have to remember that shops opening isn't just that we all want to spend money and fund the capitalist wheel. You know, shops pay people to work in shops, and you know, and they pay people to deliver stuff to the shops, and they pay people to manufacture stuff for those shops. You know, there's one clothes store opening and having 30 idiots go in to buy stuff because they're bored is probably giving jobs to 200 people. You know, I don't know. It's difficult. Yeah, at some point we're just gonna have to say, right, 'cause we can't wait for a vaccine. A vaccine's most likely a year or 2 off, if we ever get one. Hey Sherby, what do you want to sell me, kiddo? Guess what, Dodgy? I made a nickname for you. Put a stone on 2 subs. I know, it's horrible, isn't it? If that's the worst we've got to worry about, though, Jilly, you know, it's not terrible, is it? Go on, what do you want to call me? Cookie? My mum can teach a classroom full of children, but my grandparent can't visit her grandkids. The problem isn't the thing reopening, really. It's the hypocritical nature of it. Well, here's the thing, though, is that I know it sounds awful, but a grandparent not seeing their grandkids isn't really affecting anybody other than the grandparents and the grandkids. They can still Skype and all that sort of stuff. Whereas kids going to school is teaching them stuff. It's making sure they don't fall too far behind in the grand scheme of things. It's giving teachers jobs. It's giving cleaners jobs. It's giving support staff and TAs jobs. It's allowing other people who have those kids to go back to work because those kids are now in childcare, which is basically school is childcare, you know? That's kind of how you think about it. It's not a one-for-one, oh, if this person can't see that person, why can't this person see that person? You have to think, look, we should all be sat at home locked up still, really. In the grand scheme of things, we should all be still sat at home not doing anything. But we can't do that. We have to keep the cogs turning. We have to keep the world turning. So we have to kind of give up some things and say, well, it's not great that schools are opening because COVID will spread through schools. But the positives of a school opening are people in work, people keeping their apartments, people keeping their houses, you know, people being able to pay bills, people able to eat. You know, I don't know. I feel like I sound like a capitalist pig, but you know, I'm trying to be realist about it. Fortunately, those who work in retail, in my experience, they reopen. Employers may not have the choice whether or not to work. They are high risk and should be risking life. I know it's awful. That is awful that people just have to go. You know. And grandparents are more likely to die. And grandparents are more likely to die from it, yeah. Parents need to work, kids go to school and work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And also, like, school is important. You know? I mean, is he calling me Cookie or what? No, no, thanks. Right, what are we doing? My gram's died while we've been in lockdown. I didn't even get to see. Oh, sorry to hear that, Amber. That must be terrible. That's the worst thing about this is that. I mean, the fact that people are passing away is not great, but the fact that they're doing it alone is probably the worst thing to come from all of this, I think. Research in the Netherlands suggests that kids under 12 don't really pass on COVID. Yeah, I don't know. I've not seen that research. I'm not saying you're lying, Joe. There's research for every piece of research you find. There's another one that says the exact opposite. I think at the moment I think it's too early to tell for a lot of things like that. I mean, chances are there's going to be a second wave. Like, it's very rare there isn't. I've had this conversation 1,000 times because I'm considered an essential employee and I have co-workers who really disagree with the fact that we're still required to work. Oops. Elderly people are a lot more vulnerable, so if they were to have their grandchildren visit, there's a chance the disease can be passed on to the grandparents. Yeah, maybe. But the reason it's been deemed safe for children to go back to school is because apparently they can't spread it. So which is it? Is that the reason it's been deemed safe? Because I was under the impression that it isn't safe for them to go back to school, but like we need to because we can't just keep the world shut down. Like that's as far as I'm concerned, it's like these are mitigated risks we are taking there by opening things up. It's not that it's safe; it's that even though it isn't safe, we need to still do it. Like that's how I'm under the impression that this lockdown easing is working. Is that yeah, it isn't safe to open Primark, but the 200 people who work at Primark X store aren't getting their bills paid, and are at the risk of not being able to eat. You know what I mean? That's pretty much how I. Yeah, that's pretty much how I read it. It isn't safe for kids to go back to school, but it doesn't matter. We have to anyway. You know, that's kind of how I'm understanding the lockdown easing. But yeah, I've not heard about it that it's being lower for them to chance it. But if it is, perhaps it's the idea that a kid isn't going to visit a grandparent on their own. They're going to take parents with them as well. I don't know. The UK government is saying the kids can't spread it, so it's okay for them to go back to sleep. I honestly haven't seen that, Kirsty. Sorry, I'm not. Again, I'm not calling you a liar. It's just I've not seen that. And one of the things that yeah, government follow one to get more people going for it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there's 2 pieces of research. So you'll pick the one that fits you. What's this? Just stuff. In fact, just before they were sent home for COVID, we had to do deep cleaning because one kid had hand, foot, and mouth. Yeah. Oh, that's it. I mean, kids are always going to get stuff, right? At some point, we're just going to have to hopefully get. Hey, R-Base, doing well, thanks. At some point, we're just going to have to hopefully get some better processes for helping manage the disease. You know, like there's this steroid that's doing quite well, and that money we raised to go for dialysis machines, you know, that kind of thing. And it's just going to have to be an ongoing concern, like the flu, like anything else. It's just because we can't all just stay locked up until there's a vaccine. There might never be one. We've never vaccinated a coronavirus before. We've never vaccinated SARS or MSA or any of the other they've never been vaccinated. So, I mean, there's a lot more people working on this one because of how much worse it is, but we may have to just kind of get on with it and do the best we can, I suppose. I don't know. Stay-at-home order again. My country is one of the highest COVID cases in the. My county, sorry, is one of the highest cases in the US. Yeah, I think we'll definitely start seeing a second round of lockdown. That's what they've said they're doing here, right? Every level they do, they're going to see how it goes before they move on to the next one or come back down again. You know, it's the only way we can do it. The way they handle it in the UK is shocking. Yes, it is. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I live alone and disabled. I have not spoken to another human in weeks, and now I haven't seen people. And now I have seen people not social distancing. It's horrible, Bunny. It really is. And all we can do is like I've had to go out and buy things, but I'm wearing a mask. I'm keeping out of people's way, and you know, sanitizing every second I can. Like that's the least we can do, right? Oh no, we're not doing it. We're just selling them, right? Just nature telling humans that we are not the most important creature on the planet. Well, yeah, it's dolphins and then mice, right? At some point, COVID will become like the flu or AIDS. People will still die from it, but not in the numbers we've seen, and it'll be a matter of taking precautions to keep. Yes, exactly. At the end of the day, the lockdowns, the stay-at-home orders, stay in place, whatever you want to call them, whatever your country calls them, they were never to stop people catching it. They were to slow down the rate at which people catch it, so as that the health systems weren't overrun, so we could avoid, you know, we could mitigate deaths due to lack of resources. But none of this has ever been to not catch it. You're gonna get it, you know. The 19. This is why they call it COVID-19. First popped up in. Yes, it's because it's coronavirus disease 19. That's what COVID-19 means. COVID 2019. It's because the 19. No, it is because it appeared in My grandma thought that it was called COVID-19 because it appeared in 2019, not because it's 19 straight. No, that it is. It is because it appeared in 2019. Yeah, yeah. Your grandmother was right. It's coronavirus disease 2019. I live alone, so I go out and get food and do laundry occasionally. Make sure to exercise and walk every early in the morning, and then play AC and write fanfic. What a life, Kelly! You've got. I'm sure you've. It doesn't feel like it, but it sounds like you've got it made. This coronavirus doesn't mutate at the same rate, but yeah, so hopefully it won't be like a yearly vaccine if we get one, but I'll watch you on YouTube. Perfect. What a day. I managed to avoid it while stuck on a boat with confirmed cases for 4 weeks. Oh man, so that I can't imagine was fun. Let's check out clothes. That hairstyle's pretty sweet. I think we bought that. Cafe uniform, dance team jacket, kung fu team. Nothing's really jumping out at me today. Wired chinos? I think I've seen those before. I get some of those. That is that. I'm pretty sure I've got one of those, but I kind of love it. Yeah, go on then, let's buy those. Yes, please. No thanks. That's why I was on the ship. My mad Rubik's Cube skills. What was that? Sorry, Moose Hawks. Tom Crozier, you got skills. Yeah. So Tom, if you don't know, Tom's a performer. He's a Samoan dancer, and he was working on a ship. And he was stuck on it for a month. Ooh. Right, let's go sell these. Thing is, Felix, is that they have The arrow set out on the floor, but no one's taking any notice of it. Oh, I'm that guy who's like, oi, arrow, look, turn around. I follow the arrows rigorously and quite happily, like, look at your arrows. So I started playing Stardew Valley. It really wants me to have farming in AC. I think we'll get it. I see it coming. I do see it coming. Me question, the patterns I see Sable sewing, are those the ones she gives us later? I love the space one and seeing her work on it. I don't know whether the actual one she's doing is one of them. I've got them all, so we could have a look. I don't think there's a space one. I don't know. It might not be the best decision to open a nursery fully, but like I say, what needs to be done. Life has to keep moving, but I'm so glad to finally be back at work with my kids. Yeah, exactly. Like our daycare got in touch and said, I'm going to open like 2 days a week. And we've said, awesome, best of luck, we'll see you soon. But like there's no, like, I can have Xander at home, so it's not a real problem. But like she said, I don't really want to do it, but like some of my parents are really relying on me to have their kids a couple of days so they can get some work done, you know. So and she said, obviously, you know, don't worry about it now. Your space is there when you want it back again. So, but right now, especially while Nicola's doing what she's doing, I'd be more worried about us passing it on to other people, really, than other people giving it to us through Xander, if that's even a thing, you know. With Nicola being paramedic, I wouldn't imagine the other parents would be very happy about their kid being in daycare with a paramedic's son. John said, let's comment on your Mara video, but I believe you can collect the trash and go to the green recycle bins. Oh yes, you get points for something. I did see that comment, thank you. Yeah, we'll try that tomorrow. That sounds good, we'll try it tomorrow. Love how the fabric that she's working on actually flops over the edge of the table. It's little things I love about this game. Do you know what? I remember watching like a really early video about this game. And somebody pointed that out as like a real nice touch, because it never used to. It never used to flop over. Starting in July, I'm nannying for a family as their summer camp was cancelled and both parents are going back to work instead of working from home. There you go. See, it's needed, right? And all you can do is take the best precautions. I would argue that something like a nursery or a daycare is probably set up for managing with something like COVID pretty well anyway, because like their job is like snot-nosed kids 24/7, right? Like they must be pretty good at cleaning and all that sort of stuff already, you would think. You know? Okay. Just a square that's spinning circles under the sewing machine. Yeah, exactly. We haven't seen my mother-in-law in 3 months, and we usually go visit her twice monthly. She's 79 and no visits of birth and unnecessary illness. Exactly, I know it's awful. Have you been able to set up like Skype with her or anything? Like, it hasn't really been an issue for us over here, because obviously all our family are 3,500 miles away anyway, so we've just been Skyping grandparents for a year now. In the UK, you couldn't even get online delivery slots at the beginning of the lockdown. You'd be lucky if you could get a slot for 2 months. I know, it's pretty crazy that, wasn't it? Online food delivery. I worked in daycare over summers. We had to clean so much. You're used to wearing and changing gloves and changing diapers. But yeah, exactly. You're cleaning that much anyway, you know. You're worried about things like hand, foot and mouth and flu and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, really, one of the safe places to be, I'd have thought. Run out of her boss's house. She's OCD about cleaning anyway. Oh, I don't know what that is, sorry. Missed that. Missed one. Come on, everyone. Let's do some stretches. See, people are by Facebook in each other's houses all drinking together and acting like it's all over, and that balls my ears. Yes, see, that is annoying. That is not needed. you can manage without drinking with friends. Like that sort of thing I have a lot of hate for. Oh, we haven't done it for days, have we? Work hard at school or you end up stocking shelves in the supermarket. Ends up being the only stable job anyway. Yeah, right? Or like doctor, I guess, is probably the only other one that we've desperately needed recently. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, Sally, happy you back. Thank you, Zoe. We're just finishing up actually. I was just paying that money in and then we're gonna wrap up for the day. There we go. We haven't done our tune thing, but I'm not. Might do that next time, but yeah, that'll do for now. So much to talk about. I know, I can't be bothered to empty it. My dog just passed away. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Lucky Center. That's never nice. Should we just empty it? In a household just across the road from me, I've had a thanks NHS rainbow in their window, yet they've had constant parties with multiple people since before lockdown. Yeah, idiots, isn't they? Miss football, perfect day. John Cena, Arsenal, Man City. COYG. Weird. Watching empty stadium though. COYG? Sorry, not sure that one is. At Pew Crossing, I went and watched your TED Talk after John mentioned it. One of the more interesting TED Talks I've watched. Oh, there you go. It's like a guide to Samoan dancing. Let's go sell all this crap. Come on, you Gunners. Yeah, that's Arsenal, isn't it? I don't know. Come on, you. Oh, come on, you COYG. Right. Sorry. Fair enough. Go Sports. Hey, Zucker. Are you working here now, mate? I've been having a lot of weird dreams lately. Maybe my jar of Tom Yum Kung finally went bad. Don't know why. Kept in a warm, damp place. Anyway, in my dreams, we talk every night. Sometimes you have two heads, so I'm betting that's right now is real. It is. Johnsy, welcome, welcome. What do you need today? I want to sell. Of course. What exactly are you offering? I am offering all this rubbish. Joseph Bickerton super chatted. A little something for printer resin. Thank you so much, Joseph. That will get me. That'll get me like a head. That'll get me a Groot heads of resin. I think. Thank you. No, it's a bit more than that. I could probably print one of those with that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Like I say, every penny's going to. It says office renovation up there, but it'll just be stuff for the channel now, basically. I've said it before, but if my first Wikipedia page ends up being about Samoan dancing, I'm coming for you. Well, why wouldn't it be? That's what you do. It's fantastic. He's so good at it. All the the fire and the chest tattoos and stuff. It's an art form. It really is an art form. One of our dogs has been in poor health lately. I'm so nervous about him. But he's not even 10 yet. Seems a bit better now. Hopefully that's good. Oh yeah, I hope so, Simsley. Hope he feels better. I'm usually watching neurobiology related talks. It's a refreshing change. Found the resin. Heard Siraya resin is great. Oh, okay, I'll write that down. Siraya resin. Ah, yes, I think I've... Oh, Fastable. Oh, a Fastable. Affordable fast, I read there. Curing non-brittle 3D... It's cheap. Oh, there's a lot of shipping on it. It's cheap, though. I a kilogram of it is 45 Canadian. A kilogram, a litre of it. Is it a litre or is it kilograms? Oh, okay. Great resin to use. Let's have a look at that. There, it's done. Okay. I mean, even with shipping, I think it's still cheaper. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? It's coming from outside of Canada. Okay, Suraya Tech. I'll check that out. Thank you for that. Oh, the NHS is great and wonderful, but let's not just ignore the entire month of Pride and replace it with flags for the NHS. Oh, because of the rainbow, I guess? Yeah. Are we talking about Tom the Samoan Dancer Crosby? Yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh, did we see Pokemon Snap is coming to Switch? I may well pick that up. Pokemon Snap. Painted by Now's Rainbow for Pride, and everyone's like, "Oh, for the NHS." Oh, well, I mean, like two good. It's not like rainbows have been adopted by like puppy kickers or something. You know what I mean? Like, they're two good things to show support for at least. They're not like, "Oh, you love kicking puppies, do you?" Oh no, it's Pride Month actually. Oh well, we're using rainbows for puppy kickers right now. I have to head off now, John T. I'm heading off now as well, Alex. Good to see you today. Good to chat and re-become a member. Thank you. New Pokemon Snap? No, brand new one. In fact, it's typical Nintendo. It's called New Pokemon Snap. That's genuinely the name of the game on Switch. Yeah, which is pretty exciting. I've got to go for stream later. 3D printer company stream now. Oh, the Prusa stream now. Awesome. I might go watch that myself actually. Just need to write GAY on your nails. Yeah, you could write it one. I'm genuinely working out how many times 3 goes into $10. Into 10 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you could write gay, gay, gay! Exclamation mark. There you go. That's good, isn't it? Or LGBTQ plus. Wouldn't that be dead good if they were rainbow colours? You'd be so impressed, wouldn't you? Sisu, thank you so much for Resin as well. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. Every penny counts. Thanks so much. Charlotte, love Snap on the N64. We both messaged each other at the same time about today. Awesome. My Switch is my first Nintendo product. My first Sonic to Mario. Boo, no. Boo. No, yeah, they're both great, but I'm getting annoyed with people using the actual flag. An actual rainbow in the windows and stuff, but not the flag. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense to keep it separate. But like I say, it could be worse. Could be puppy kickers. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Okay. That would work. Yeah, that would work. Right, love is all to be. It's really glad to be back into streaming. We'll do Summer in Mara tomorrow, I think, and have some more fun with that. But either way, whatever the game is, just come and have a little chat with us. It's good fun, right? Love is all to bits. Until tomorrow, be good.